Interesting. Hello. Can you hear me now? But I can't hear you. No sound. What on earth? What on earth? Hello, can you hear me? Yes? Yes, yes, yes. Cool. Oh, that's a relief. Oh, that is better. Thank you, Bella. Oh, that's right. You missed all my singing. Oh, this computer. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. There is some stuff I want to talk to you about. I want to talk about, of course, Michelle. She's come back. And I don't know whether you've seen anything from her. We've got the big tantrum from Katie Joy at the moment, and things are just crazy. But I want to start off with how am I feeling, Bella? I'm feeling okay at the moment. Yeah. Look, I'm feeling pretty good considering all the crazy stuff that's going on, and my chat isn't working in Restream, so I've got to have my phone here. So I apologize if I have to nothing working. So we'll see whether it will display here. But I told you a few weeks ago about Coffeehouse. Coffeehouse Crime did a case that we briefly looked at, the shooting in Queensland. A shooting in Queensland where two police officers were killed. And he went in and did a lot of the backstory stuff. I did not know that they were anti-vaxxers, that they were sovereign citizens, and that there were warning signs. They were all school teachers. There was complaints from schools about their behaviour. So Coffeehouse Crime, when it decides to cooperate, I definitely will put a link into that. However, the daughter well, they've titled cop killers because that's what they are. They killed the police. Their daughter has spoken out. It was sort of a bit of a. It's the clinger that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friends. Yes. The interesting thing is that two of them were in a relationship, but then the sister ended up the brother, or getting married to the brother. It's an intricate web of here. So the daughter has actually spoken I'm back! I think I'm back. I think. How crazy is that? I clicked on something and suddenly I'm out. I've kicked myself out. Alright. Sorry about that. Oh, unbelievable. Anyway. So, daughter of cop killer Nathaniel and Stacey Train speaks out. Now, this is really gets really interesting because Gareth and Stacey were so Gareth, Nathaniel, and Stacey was sort of like a love triangle family, and I can't remember which two were the couple at the time, but anyway, the daughter of the cop killers, Nathaniel and Stacey Train, spoke first time in the gut-wrenching interview on Sunday night. So Nathaniel and Stacey were married. She then left Nathaniel for her brother Gareth. So how's that? So this is how it's crazy stuff. I'm going to pull up, I don't know whether it's still here, but Coffeehouse Crime, I think is, if I've got it here, no, if I've got Coffeehouse, I'll pull up, and so Coffeehouse Crime just did a video on this case. So in a minute, I'll try my luck and see if I can pull it up without breaking my computer. So Madeleine Train, the daughter, revealed what she believes happened on that day of the violent confrontation in December that left two police officers, Nathaniel Stacey, Nathaniel's brother Gareth, and an innocent neighbour dead. She also spoke about trying to cope with the loss of her parents and uncle. She told Channel 9 that she mourns 6 people. She mourns her family, she mourns a police officer, and she mourns the neighbour. Because if you remember rightly, the neighbour saw smoke because they lit a fire, came to find out what was going on, and was also shot. And I developed acute traumatic stress disorder from that, because grieving 3 of your family members is hard enough. Then finding out what they did, and then seeing everyone's reaction to what they did. So remember, she's innocent. She is the daughter of the couple, and she's devastated by this. So Gareth, Nathaniel, and Stacey shot dead constables Rachel and Matthew, along with the neighbour, on their isolated property. Specialist officers then ended their life. And then it says they were already dressed in camouflage gear and were heavily armed when the police arrived. They reported to have created kill zones and rigged up motion sensors to alert them to anyone that was coming. Nathaniel and Stacey had 2 children together before Stacey left her husband for Gareth. Yes. So as I said, it was a love triangle. Talking about her parents, Madeleine said they were both shot dead. Mum was trying to get out the back. It said she was armed, but Mum didn't like guns, so I don't know what she was armed with. But the police said it was a gun, so I trust the police. She said that while she had gun licenses and a gun safe, and that Nathaniel had guns, she was not previously aware that Gareth owned any. Yes, sorry, his brother. Yes, his brother. Correct, Bo. Thank you. You paid it. Asked what she believed happened. I'd say they were influenced by fear of the unknown, of whatever was happening, and then not understanding. She spoke about her normal upbringing before her life turned upside down by the horrific massacre. I grew up in a really happy family environment. She said he often think as if he was in a military scenario because he wanted to join the military. Madeleine had not seen her family in years, but continued to communicate with them via texts and emails, and said she hadn't been overly concerned. If I was ever concerned, I would say, hey, I don't think that's quite right. Look at this article and redirect it to something slightly more positive so that that's something else to read. Madeleine said that Gareth had bought into conspiracy theories and had become paranoid during COVID and was convinced the government was spying on them. It was like some weird project on COVID and the end of the world, but also religiously he believed in the apocalypse. She said family members she remembered had been the gentlest people she knew. Stacey's family previously revealed how the former teacher entwined with the Train brothers. She grew up in a church-going family before branching off on her own to an independent church run by the brother's father, Ronald Train. One of Stacey's relatives, who wished to remain anonymous, told The Guardian she was a quiet girl and often the odd one out. It was at the church she met Nathaniel, whom she married in her late teens and whom she had 2 children. She later left him for his brother. Now she's dead because of them. Stacey became estranged from the rest of her family, but Madeline said her mother would still call her every year for her birthday. The split and relationship with Gareth caused a rift with the Train family, particularly between the brothers and their father, who was a pastor for 27 years at a church with strict views on marriage. Nathaniel and his father had not spoken for 20 years. But Ronald told A Current Affair that he had absolutely no idea Gareth and Stacey had struck up a relationship and were married. My second son Gareth is on the Asperger's line, very difficult to control, very overpowering. I think he took over that relationship that Nathaniel and Stacey had. In their investigation, police initially considered whether Stacey had been forced to open fire on police by the Train brothers, but concluded that was not the case. There was a thought that Stacey may have been an unwilling participant, but she was shooting at police, a police source told The Australian. She got shot and went down and was still shooting at police as she was laying on the ground. So that's what's been revealed. So as I said, so the daughter, so there's 2 other siblings. So this is one of the daughters. She says she has to...
It was a tragedy that ricocheted across the country. 3 people opening fire on a rural Queensland property, killing 2 young police officers and Good Samaritan. The crime hit one young woman especially hard. 2 of the killers were her parents, the other her uncle. Tonight, our exclusive interview with Madeline Train. She reveals what she believes led to that deadly day and how she now has to live with the actions of those she loved most.
So it's interesting how we often always think about, we don't think about, there are victims everywhere. So she's got to live with the fact of what her parents have done.
Madeline Train should want to hide away from the world. The daughter of police killers who shot dead 2 young officers and a neighbour who came to help on a rural property 3 hours west of Brisbane. Where does it lie in terms of mourning? Is it difficult to mourn them knowing what they did?
I mourned 6 people. So I mourned my family, I mourned the police officers, and I mourned a neighbour. And I developed acute traumatic stress disorder from it. Because grieving 3 of your family members is hard enough, but then finding out what they did and then seeing everyone's reaction to what they did.
So, well, hello Vedandra, how are you? I hope you're well. I'm battling with the computer tonight, so we're just talking about the murders that occurred, the daughter of whose parents shot and killed police officers is speaking out at the moment.
Parents executed Constable Crowe and Matthew Arnold in cold blood during a routine missing persons check at their Wieambilla home. They also shot dead neighbour Alan Dare. Constables Keely Bruff and Randall Kirk managed to escape. The Trains were taken out by specialist police officers after a lengthy siege.
So,
They were both shot, dead, and then Mum was trying to get out the back. It said she was armed, but Mum didn't like guns, so I don't know what she was armed with.
So that's interesting that she said her mum didn't like guns, but she didn't know what she was armed with.
But the police said it was a gun, so I trust the police.
Did you know that they had guns?
No. Well, I knew they had a gun safe and gun licenses. I knew Nathaniel had guns, but I didn't know that Gary had any guns, no.
So there you go. It's interesting hearing from the kids, isn't it?
26-year-old considers her upbringing relatively
No, this happened last year. I think November last year. Terry?
normal.
I grew up in a really happy, healthy family environment.
Her mother, Stacey, and biological father, Nathaniel, divorced when she was 3. Stacey then married Nathaniel's brother, Gareth, or Gary, who Maddie considered her dad.
as you got older, did it strike you as unusual that Mum had fallen in love with your uncle?
The only reason it was unusual is literally people's interpretation of it, because I think anyone can have a relationship with anyone.
So where did it go so wrong? Gary.
Vidandra says, I'm better off as soon as I watched your unpacking. Hope you're feeling better, Jodie. I haven't seen the doctor yet. I go back to doctor on Wednesday, but I do have to go to school tomorrow because I picked up a music tutoring job at a private school, and so I've got to go tomorrow for orientation. So, and it's light, like I'm not doing very much. So,
Had always bought into conspiracy theories, but became increasingly paranoid during COVID. He was convinced the government was spying on them.
It's like he was doing this weird project on, COVID and the end of the world. But also religiously, like he believes in the apocalypse.
Madeline hadn't seen her family in a few years, but communicated via email and text.
Was there ever a point with the emails that you thought, maybe I should alert someone?
Never anything I thought that was serious.
Yeah.
Because Gary always joked. But if I was ever concerned, I would say, hey, I don't think that's quite right. Maybe look at this article. And I would...
So interesting.
Just redirect it to something that was slightly more positive so that they had something else to read.
Her mum was also sucked into the vortex, isolating herself after losing her job as head of curriculum at Tara State College when she refused the vaccine. Maddie says Nathaniel, the school principal, lost his way after suffering a heart attack that affected his short-term memory.
Her uncle is her father's brother or her mother's brother? No, her father's brother. Yes. This is, hello Alberta and Stella. This is father's brother. This is, our favourite YouTuber. This is right up our favourite YouTuber's way. You've got religion, extreme religion, and you've got a husband and wife, who's then the wife leaves you for the brother.
Denies claims they were on ice.
So on that day, what do you think happened? If they weren't influenced by drugs or alcohol?
I'd say they were influenced by fear of the unknown, of whatever was happening, and then not understanding.
When police arrived for the routine welfare...
Physics Down Under. No Physics Down Under. There's no Katie Joy connection to this. No, she's going after the Catholic Church at the moment, Katie Joy. I am just saying Physics Down Under, that when she talks about, she's always talking about Christianity and religion. This is the type of stuff she's talking about that's happening. I'm saying this would be right down her alley.
Check, her parents were heavily armed and had the property under surveillance. The three had spiralled into a delusion. In the middle of the siege, Gary texted Maddie. Vanessa, Nathaniel's wife, sent people to kill us. Maddie thinks Gary believed he was in battle that day.
Gary would often think as if he was in a military scenario because he wanted to join the military himself. He'd read lots of military books.
Had you experienced or seen anything that might suggest that one or any of them could be violent or aggressive or capable of killing?
They were the gentlest people that I know.
Madeline Train has gone from living a normal life to being thrust into a spotlight with a family name now welded to a tragic and brutal act.
So Physics Down Under says small blessings. Yes, until she gets her teeth into it. But I do want to say just once again, the Coffeehouse crime did actually cover this story and did a very good coverage of the story. I do like the way he looks at cases like this, because he does it with sincerity and compassion.
Despite her parents' crimes, she's not shying away from her identity and the family she didn't choose.
Your name's Madeline Train. People in your hometown have found out who you are and how you're linked.
Yeah.
Would you ever think of changing your name?
No, I love my name. And as difficult as it is now, I think changing your name is just, it's like keeping a secret. My name's not a secret. I've never done anything wrong.
Sophie Walsh, 9 News.
So there you go. So that is the story of the daughter. Terry says, if KJ covered this, I'm sure she would say, well, that's what's happening with the Catholic Church stuff at the moment. Some of the stuff she's come out. I mean, if you've seen my shorts, I put a snippet of some of the conversations that she's had about the Catholic Church. Look, there are stories about wherever there are children or wherever there are vulnerable people take advantage of the vulnerable, and we see it in our sporting clubs. We see it in public schools, we see it in private schools, we see it in churches, we see it in sporting organisations, we see it in kids groups, we see it in adults groups, you see it in aged care homes. People are sucky. And so we see it in schools. I mean, it'd be like saying that all teachers are bad. Not all teachers are bad. There are some bad teachers. But they're not all bad. So this is the link. Hopefully this works. No, that's not going to work. I need to grab this. Just give me a moment. Well, true. Well, that's right. What actions do we get regarding bad teachers? But you can't say because a teacher has acted inappropriately with a student that all teachers are bad. But what's happened with the case of KJ is that she's now said she's trying to tell us that all Catholic priests or Catholic churches are bad. So I've just put there, that's the link for Coffeehouse Crime. I would highly recommend it. He's got, so this is it here. I'll show you my screen just so that you can see it. And he has actually got a coffee set with a coffee house set. So it's like a cafe. So this was 3 days ago. And he's got timestamps here. See, I'm learning, remembering. And he goes through he talks about the love triangle, conspiracy theories, the disappearance, the aftermath, the police officers. He does a section on the police officers that were killed. So I really recommend this. So if you want to find out, this is quite thorough. And remember that a lot of our cases, particularly in Australia, you can't get court records, and so you can only get what is reported in the media. So there's actually cases at the moment that they're trying to get stuff suppressed. They're trying to make it harder for the press to actually report on stuff that's happening in court. You like Coffeehouse Crime? I know, I do too, Bo. I do really like Coffeehouse Crime. So, let's get to, and I wanted to share that. I never understood the power English Australian courts have to control. Yeah, I was reading, what was I reading the other day? There was a public interest case because it was a case, I know what it was. If I can find it, it was a case that was happening in court when you've got the defense lawyer and the prosecution teaming up. They wanted the information kept quiet, and you had lawyers. You had lawyers for the media. You had all the different media outlets with their own lawyers trying to fight the suppression order. But you've got the defense and the prosecution trying to ensure that the suppression order is in play. That's really scary because the prosecution wants to prosecute this person, but they don't want anybody, they don't want it they don't want it public as to what's going on. Let's see if I can find it just very briefly. Civil but criminal, I would think there is a blanket. Well, yeah, it is a criminal. It is a criminal case that I was reading about the other day. I'm sorry, I should have thought about this earlier. But just going to have a very quick look before we go into the other lots of craziness. We want to look at the crazy stuff. I was really quite surprised because there is a public interest matter, and the reason why they wanted it suppressed was they thought that with it being out in the public that people might have preconceived ideas or something like that. You know, it might. Is it? No, it's not that one. Suppression. I live in. Can the office be breached? I live in the Redlands. There's a single guy in the corner with protest sign. Okay. Case media. It's in the Melbourne Magistrates Court. It was in the court on Friday. It was Friday. It was a story on Friday. See if I can find it, and as soon as I see the name, I'll go, yep, that's it, and I can pull it up. But anyway, as I said, it was just really bizarre because I've not seen, well, I think it is something really interesting, but what I find to be interesting is that you've got the prosecution sitting and arguing against you know, on the same side. That's always a worry, in my opinion. All right, we're doing criminal, and it was on the 13th. I know it was on the no, it was on the 20th. I know that. So we have mental health covered patients getting a free pass. Anyway, I can't find it. You know what? The name will appear halfway through. So if we get halfway through and I suddenly get excited, you'll know that I've remembered. There were two victims. Okay, so let's look at this next thing. I'm going to go to Llama Girl because Llama Girl has done some amazing stuff, and I did ask. Now, I sort of created a stir because I asked Llama Girl if I could share this, and I was told yes, but I've been told that I'm part of the problem, and I probably am going to be part of the problem. But I think it's something that we need to discuss. I haven't even got to KJ yet. We haven't got to KJ yet. We're on Michelle. Because Michelle has appeared on several streams. Believe it or not. Now, Michelle's been on several streams. Now, it was interesting. If you're not part of the solution, you're just True. Michelle went on Ski Masks on Mr. Nobody's panel. She went on somebody called Devious's panel as well. Now, she went on there twice. The first night, she was attacking. The second time she goes onto panel, she admits that she's been lying. Now, this is the thing that I really have issues with. Because now I'm going, well, now you're admitting to lying. So how much of the story have you lied about? So this is Llama Girl. Now, this is from... Did Michelle hit rock bottom? So this is Michelle trying to convince everybody she was in the hospital. Okay. Have a listen. This might be distressing and disturbing. I apologize. And then I want to look at some Katie Joyce stuff, and then I want to have a talk about the internet and mental illness.
You need to go into a facility, Michelle.
Lauren, are you aware with insurance? Lauren, do you know how insurance works?
I don't care.
Like, how old are you? I don't mean to disrespect you. But do you know how insurance works, darling?
So this is Lauren here. Now, Lauren had been accused the night before of sexting Michelle's ex. And now it would seem what is now coming out of the thing is that she faked the stuff about being in hospital and the heart attack and the stroke or whatever. It would also seem that she sent the messages posing as the ex-husband. So she's now saying you need to get some help.
Do you not have insurance?
I have phenomenal insurance. Do you know how it works?
Go check yourself in because you really need it. And if you should care more about your mental health than you care about
Lauren, insurance covers 5 days.
Put your brain first because your brain is collapsing. Normal people do not act the way you are acting, Michelle. It is totally uncalled for. I forgive you.
Lauren, you don't know anything about what has been going on since July.
Michelle, I am thanking you as your friend.
I mean, she sounds very coherent. Now, she does say, and I saw some of this too, she did admit that her psychologist or psychiatrist or her doctor had told her to get off social media. So she's sort of saying, I don't have a channel now, but she's going on all these panels.
So all right.
I met this girl 3 weeks ago.
All right, listen. I think Lauren has a good point of view, though.
No, but no, she has no idea what I've been going through since July. I need a break from social media.
Well, I tried to tell her earlier.
See, she just said, I need a break from social media. And yet, she's here. Must have taken her pills that day. Must have.
I tried to explain
So have a listen to this. Listen.
earlier. I tried to explain, everything. Try to tell her.
Need a break from
Well, I tried to tell her earlier.
Need a break from social media. What is she doing? She's on social media. The problem are the people who platform her, not the ones who report on her. That's correct, Vedandra.
Explain, everything. It's a lot.
I don't want her up here right now. I need to talk to you, Devious.
Yeah. Everybody's muted, but me and you. You're good.
I need a break from social media.
She's saying I need a break from social media. And my point is, if she needs a break from social media, why is she going on everyone's streams? The stream that she did on Mr. Nobody the other day, she talked about how she was in the hospital. And she was needing to, and everything. And she's had people believing that she's been in hospital. And I also believe that she's had people sending her money.
I was fine. I was completely fine. July 18th, I came home. AT and I, settled our divorce. And I was on fucking Facebook. I'm sticking to my...
See, if someone says, if you need a break from social media, then why are you here?
Story, I've never fucking changed it. I came home, I was on Facebook, I was watching Facebook videos. I can just scroll up and watch another video, watch another video, watch another video. I found the fucking Bond story July 18th, and I did not even know that there were panels like this.
And then this one says, then get off social media. Stop using people's generosity. This is my point. If she has been told to stay off social media, she needs to stay off social media.
I've gone to like YouTube to like learn how to fix shit or watch a music video.
This person says, who cares? You lied about having a stroke. Alberta says she claimed to have a stroke after she saw Toastgate getting cash outs after being T-boned and nearly unalived by a tow truck. She wanted a piece of the pie. Yes. That seems like
So
it.
we kind of came in around the same time. Seen the vlog story on Facebook, right?
Michelle, running the she get off if you need a break. Nobody is holding you here. You were banned, aka as in break forever.
July
That
18th.
shit.
Right, and I got sucked up.
Same thing.
And I gave out too much information, and I came in with my real name, and I didn't fucking know any better.
Me either.
Everyone's saying she needs to get off social media. She needs to get off.
I agree there with you. Me either.
And like, I'm outgoing and I'm outspoken.
Oh, I don't know whether you've heard this, but she goes on a big attack about her ex-husband. Some of the things that she makes about him are absolutely shocking. And
Stuff, right? And so I knew that Vaughn did that to himself. And Molly was going after the...
so, all right, so here's the next bit. So she says...
Nobody on panel knows what that is. But it means lack of oxygen, and it busts all your blood vessels.
I learned that
I've
from
been
you.
here for 3 weeks, and I've heard the story 100 times.
Okay, Lauren, mute yourself.
She didn't like that answer, did she? Mute yourself.
I learned that from you. So go ahead.
The reason why I knew what particular was is because my child passed of SIDS.
Oh, so again, so sorry. What does this have to do with a fake stroke? I need to do a trigger warning. She's obviously going to bring up about the son that passed. So please brace yourself.
And that was one of the reasons why I didn't do anything to harm him. Because he wasn't suffocated. He was not lack of oxygen.
I
got on
that
as...
clear earlier. That was SIDS. The paperwork 100% SIDS. I'm sorry. There's nothing.
See, someone says, we've heard it. We don't want to know. I don't
think you could have changed.
I'm not going to open my mouth too much. Taking a break from YouTube.
Alberta and Stella says, wow, so demanding for all the attention to be on her. Physics Down Under says, I'm not down with the cool kids lingo these days. No, neither am I. And Alberta Stella, she told Ski Mask that she accidentally rolled over her son and he passed. Yes, I heard that too. Yes.
Michelle, do you have an addiction to being
Lauren, can you fucking mute your motherfucking self, you 29-year-old kid?
Whoa! Someone says, why are we back to July?
Okay,
I'm 20 years older than you. Shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Quick question.
Shut the fuck up. I'm old enough to be your mother.
Whoa.
Do you have an addiction to being online? Because there are therapies.
Whoa. 29-year-old kid, I know. Oh, now someone says here, now here is the real Michelle. And everyone's saying, here we go, here we go.
Shut the fuck up. I'm old enough to be your mother.
There are some
I'm dropping.
She just apologized. This one says, she just apologized to Lauren. What happened? You aren't anyone's mother. We aren't talking, someone says, why are we talking about Molly or Vaughn or anyone else but Michelle lying some more?
I'm devious, I'm dropping.
You can drop, but she's asking you a valid question.
No, I do not. No, I do not. Investigate. My addiction is Investigation Discovery and Fox News.
What? Her addiction, wait on. Her addiction? Sanded through the veneer.
Addiction is Investigation Discovery and Fox News.
Discovery and Fox News. Well, great.
I'm addicted to I like Discovery. I'm addicted to social media, so if you are, Michelle, don't be embarrassed about it.
I am addicted to ID and Fox News. I got wrapped up.
All right. So it said Llama Girl has just done. This is part 1, apparently. All right.
But you didn't call her out. You came on DV's thing faking your voice and everything. That was all bullshit, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I was actually killing myself off of social media forever. And you know the mistake I made? I made?
So she's talking about deuces, yeah. So this is where she's obviously talking about the fact that it was all faked.
Why do that?
Because I was legit. I'm changing my last name. You'll never know my last name.
Okay, but what?
So now she's going to change her last name. So don't be surprised she doesn't come back with a different last name.
My question is, you were so upset what was going on with Toastgate, and that shit is real.
No,
people cared for you.
I'm gonna move her. I gotta mute her for a minute because it is real and proof. I see proof.
People care for you.
Bullshit. I've seen proof. Toastgate is on camera all the time. Let her came up with a cast on her arm.
Michelle, but you're the one that told this huge lie, not Toast.
I will pay.
Michelle literally just admitted to lying about being in the hospital, but talking about Toastgate. So she's saying Toastgate faked it.
I'll pay $100 cash to see her with a cast on her arm.
Michelle, the question is...
Don't Michelle me. It's kind of ironic.
Am I being nice to you? I'm being respectful to you, correct?
I'm being respectful too.
So
I'll
my
give her
question
$100
is...
towards her kids.
Alright, I'll give you $100. Can you split that whole bottle of Tito's right now? Is that where we're at? Because you're like playing games. I'm really trying to be respectful.
And I don't have a whole bottle of Tito's. I mean, one drink.
Okay, I got a whole bottle of vodka. I don't care either. But the point
Hey,
is...
Flavor. I thought you were coming after me, but I forgot you can't leave this state.
Hello.
Oh.
Alright, let's get to the stroke.
Whoa. And it's not as if she's deliberately people that are on there, she's deliberately egging them on, in my opinion.
Yeah, so what I was trying to explain is I've been massive bullied here. I can't go outside and say the sky's blue without people saying you fucking liar, there's a cloud in the sky, right? Etienne has been harassed every single day. We were talking civilly until I got on YouTube. And we're talking civilly again, right? Well, now we're not.
YouTube?
Yeah. Because of YouTube, we're not
What
talking
does
civil.
did he give you any advice on what you should do for YouTube?
Yeah, he told me I dug a hole. He's mad at me because I even looked on because he's mad at me because of the Vaughn case, and I tried to explain.
So this is where she's going to admit to faking the stroke, and she blames it on being bullied.
I don't care what you people say. You think I drink? And so he got drunk, and he talked to Flavor one night, and then she went behind his back and she posted all his texts. He's so pissed off at her that the last words that he told her were "fuck off." He will never speak to her again ever. He hates her. He thinks she's the biggest piece of trash ever. And then when I started sending him texts about her rap sheet and stuff, he was like, "Holy shit!" So when Lauren texted him, he was legitimately messing with her. ATN doesn't talk like that. And I can send you a text message that he sent me and said, I messed with one of your little girls last night. I'll send you the text message. I'm like, why did you do that, ATN? You were going to ruin your reputation on YouTube. And he's like, I don't give a shit. Because he's sick of it. I mean, he gets at least 10 to 15 messages, right? So the fake stroke, right? I have to change my last name. I have to.
You can't tell nobody your last name, though. Don't tell nobody.
No one will know it because I legit haven't decided what it's going to be yet.
Make it something so crazy nobody would even know.
Googled 100 of the most popular last names, and I'm picking one.
Well, that's not good if you're Googling popular. You don't want popular. You want
100.
unpopular. But you want
100.
unpopular. Like, you don't want to be Michelle Smith, do you?
No. They're very different cool names. But I'm legitimately AT&I spoke, and I'm legitimately changing my last name.
Here's a good one.
So, yeah, here's the question. Do you think she will keep her name quiet, or do you think she will have to tell everybody what it is? What's your thoughts on that? It's the real life version of the Chappelle Show skit when keeping it real goes wrong. Correct, Physics Down Under. I mean, we don't need to watch, you don't need to watch Home and Away or Neighbours anymore. We've got it here.
Now for Cyber
Al McStruxter.
McStruster? Fuck. That'd be funny. Pipsqueak. Michelle Pipsqueak. No, that's not a cool last name, idiots. That was my nickname from ATN. I'm legit. I'm gonna tell you that we spoke this week, and I'm signing over $50,000 of equity in this house.
She's signing over what? What did she say? She's
over $50,000 of equity in this house. I'm signing over $50,000 of equity in this house.
Of equity. Yes, we do, unfortunately. She's given out her address.
My fucking last name. I'm going through another company, and you will never find out who the fuck I am.
I think that's good for you.
I faked a fucking stroke. I said my farewells, and do you know what I fucked up?
You came back.
No. I wasn't gonna come back with saying my goodbyes. I fucked up by calling Van Life and by calling Gypsy. Because I actually got close to my mods.
Who's Gypsy?
When all that stuff happened with Molly and, we settled for our divorce, I was really stressed, and I called my psychiatrist, because I do see my psychiatrist twice a month, and I do see a therapist once a month. It was actually my therapist and my idea to kill myself off of fucking social media. I'm not...
She won't change her name, even if she did. She'd love it to everyone. Do you believe that her therapist would tell her to kill herself off social media? So she's saying that
my idea to kill myself off of fucking... Actually, my therapist and my idea to kill myself off of fucking social media. Imagine that. I'm not crazy.
Your therapist would tell you that shit?
To take myself off social media completely. She does say fake a stroke. She said...
Oh, so she was told to take herself off social media completely, so she faked a stroke.
Social media completely. She does say fake a stroke. She said kill myself off.
Told you to get off. Yeah, I can
see. She said kill myself off social media. She didn't say fake a stroke. She said...
Yes, that's... Yeah, the therapist said step away from social media. Not do it. Physics Down Under, that's my argument. I would find it very hard to believe.
Kill myself off social media.
They want to know, how did you get this air flight? How did you come up with your story, Michelle? Were you just like, fuck it, I'm going balls to the wall?
So, when I had my first stroke, right, they brought me to St. Francis Hospital, and I did have a blood clot in my brainstem, and they wanted to air flight me to Atlanta. And they gave me a 40-60% chance of making it through the first night. This is a true story. But I have...
Here is the thing. When she says it's a true story, with her admitting that all her other, like the other story was fake, do you believe that this story is true?
I had a blood clot, like I said, about what happened to me. I had a blood clot on my brainstem, and they were worried about it going to my cerebellum, and so they wanted to, I don't give a shit, I'll dox my damn doctor. Anyway, so when I had my first stroke, that's where, Vladi wanted to transport me, and actually, I'm sure y'all keep saying, you tried to get ATN back because of that. Oh, hell no. We're going through a divorce.
Michelle, did you lie to all these people about having a stroke?
I said I did.
Why would you do that?
Because my therapist told me to kill myself off the internet. Like, I was making, like, calls.
Whoopsies! Alberta and Stella, naughty. Yeah, I think that's all that Llama Girl got, because then she went on to yeah. But Plan to Create said this: after having a stroke myself, I can't believe she faked one. That's the thing. Why I just find it really hard to believe that you would. And there's, all she had to do was take all her profiles off social media and nothing she said. Well, as I said, it really calls into question. I'm going to see, somebody had the rant that she did on her ex-husband. I think it was I See What You Can't. And she went to town on him. She accused him of SA. She's accused him of deliberately not paying bills so that she can't get the house in May, that he's sabotaging her. So she said some very, and look, I can't tell you whether I'm not going to sit here and say what she said about him is, because I don't know. I don't know what's true and what's not. And that is the problem. Because when you tell, you know, we all know about the boy that cried wolf. And what happens there is that we're now at the stage where it's, well, what is true? I've got no idea what's true, what's not. My grandmother had many strokes her entire life, and anyone who fakes them is pathetic, says. Right, so here we go. This is I See What You Can't. So some of this might be repetitive. So again, this is I See What You Can't. Thank you to I See What You Can't for grabbing these. Oh yeah, so Michelle apologizes. She joins Devious. What else? Michelle, confirmation Michelle is lying. We saw that. So let's have a look at what she revealed to Ski Mask. Because remember, we've just heard what she said. She's admitted to lying. What did she say? Let's see what she said here.
So Michelle texts me out of nowhere. She says, I'm bored. I'm so sick of sitting here. My mod thought she was trying to throw people off my path for therapy and told everyone she was paying out of pocket for mental treatment. She's so scared people are going to find me. Now I'm scamming her out of money, for fuck's sake.
Wow, did you just hear that? What he just read out? I am scamming her out of money.
Going to find me. Now I'm scamming her out of money, for fuck's sake. She is trying to have people not look me up and find me. Now it backfired on us both. That's the first message. These are unresponded to out of nowhere, so she sends me that. Second message. People are so stupid. I'm on Medicare, not Medicaid. Orders were written to the rehab and approved. I'm going to Dallas because my friend lives there. I'm only approved for outpatient, but can't take care of myself, and I can bring dogs. You run your mouth so much. Shut the fuck up about this, Steve. I may cam up from Dallas to prove it on your show, but proof was dropped today that Valentina and Flava, I don't even know who Valentina is, but all right. But proof was dropped today that Valentina and Flava were both working together at first, deleting emails in my accounts for my channel, live streams for court.
So again, we've got a different narrative here as well.
Live streams for hours, AdSense, and I think they made the second AdSense account that I couldn't find. That's why I couldn't get monetized. I could never find out the problem. 100% proof Valentina was deleting emails when she was helping run my channel.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
This is the shit I was reading, and I'm like, Michelle, no, I don't even know these fucking people, and I don't give a fuck about it.
That's true.
So that's all nonsense. Then she says, yeah, that was it. She sent me those, and I got out of the shower. It's like 20 minutes later. I said, I just got out the shower. Blah, I'm not going to tell you all the shit I said. I said, I just got out the shower. I'll start a panel for you. You can join. Give me 5 minutes. I said, you're my friend. I'll help you get the message out. She goes, no, I don't want to take a panel. I'm tired. And I said, I'm not texting you. I said, okay, I'll text you back in the morning. And then she says, everyone is crazy. I said, nah, everyone is okay. And I said, fuck your channel.
Her Lola is no service dot over legit one. Says Alberta and Stella. Yeah, that was always a bit suspicious as well.
I was just, because Michelle gets on my fucking nerves with all this self-centered nonsense. So she's like, fuck your channel. You're irritating me now. I just said I'll turn my panel on if you want to talk. But other than that, like, I'm not your fucking therapist. I don't call people and give them my problems. I was like, yeah, fuck your channel. And then she just says, saying ATN was in the Army. He's a piece of shit, but 20 years MAJQ5. I don't know what the fuck that means. MAJQ5 upon retirement. Fuck Nux. Bet she hasn't had dick in a decade. Was up for...
What?
Lieutenant LTCOL and got passed over for Obama phones.
Lieutenant Colonel, so he was a major. By the sounds of it.
Oh, he was up for a lieutenant colonel and got passed over for Obama phones. That's racist, Michelle. That sounds racist to me. She's saying that her ex-husband was going to go for a lieutenant and he got passed over by Obama phones. What the hell does that mean, Michelle? All right. There's more, because then I got to do an argument with her. I said, I get tired and I'm like, Michelle, man, fuck off. It's 2 a.m. I've been fucking, I'm frazzled dazzled. Let me know if you want to chat on panel. Stop texting me your nonsense. She goes, I remember things. Retirement date, 2016. Then she says no something to what I said. And I said, yes, they are, dumbass. And she goes, officer, I'm Army. And I'm like, what? I said, shut the fuck up. I don't care. Like, what are you talking about? She goes, what? And I said, you're selfish and fake. Worry about yourself. I had you on panel, but no, I'll chat. I said, I'll chat with you on panel,
But I have no idea, to be honest, what she's saying.
no telephone. Download Signal. It's an app. You make no sense. IP is so easy to trace. Go to sleep. I'm getting stressed. I'll be in Dallas on the 39th with the receipt. She said I'll be in Dallas on the 39th.
I'll be in Dallas on the 39th. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that would be really, wouldn't it?
Oh, my mod tried protecting me. LOL. Now I'm a scammer. That's the final thought at 1:53 this morning. I never responded. She doesn't have my new number. I changed my number this morning. Actually, I changed my number after that phone call, but it wasn't because of Michelle. That's Michelle's update.
So that was Michelle's update. So, did that make any sense to any of you? So then, it's interesting because, and then here we've got, she's admitting that it's a lie. Again. So remember, she apologizes and then she cusses out. It's really quite interesting. There's like a switch that goes off in her head.
Michelle, can you cam up real quick to show everybody in the chat that it's you and you're really where you're at?
I'm not doing that. I'm not embarrassing myself.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm not embarrassing myself. Fuck receipts. I look horrible. Half of my face is sliding off of my face. Fuck receipts. I'm not doing that. Cyber Girl knows. Van Life knows. I've been in touch with both of them. But I owe you a massive apology, Lauren. And just let me finish this first, right?
So she showed the first clip where she said half of her face was sliding down, okay? The first bit was, she was talking about how sick she was, and now this is the second
a
day.
Piece of shit. And he is a drunk. And everything that I said about him when I wasn't supposed.
Now this is what she's talking about her ex-husband now. So what?
I've been in touch with both of them. But I owe you a massive apology, Lauren. And
so now we're into the next stage. She's about to cuss out her ex.
Just let me finish this first, right? Because he's a piece of shit. And he is a drunk. And everything that I said about him when I wasn't supposed to say all these bad things about him. He is that person, Lauren, and I'm sorry he spoke to you like that.
So, hold on. I have some questions.
Go ahead, Lauren.
Was I a good, like, prior to your channels being taken, was I nice to you?
You're amazing, and I'm sorry I spoke to you
Hold
like
on. No. I just want to go through this. Okay. You texted me pretending to be him, right?
I didn't want to talk to anybody. I had to get out of all of the YouTube drama.
I could not.
So she said some pretty horrible things about him.
Not imagine calling a friend and telling them that I was dying close to death. Like, because my friends would be devastated. And fortunately, I knew.
Yes, that's what she said, Terry C. She said half of her face was sliding down, and that's why she wouldn't cam up, because she'd had a stroke. Now she's since admitted that's all a lie.
That you were lying. However, if I didn't know you were lying, I would be really devastated, Michelle. And
Lauren, I'm a piece of shit.
What?
I'm a piece of shit for that.
No, Michelle, I don't. Here's the thing, Michelle.
I planned on not speaking to anyone.
Michelle, first and foremost, I forgive you. However, I think you.
Yes, trying to say she wasn't lying, but then admits to lying. Make that make sense. Yeah, it's really bizarre, isn't it?
Need mental help. I think you need it immediately. You need, and I say this as somebody who also receives and gets mental health treatment and is not ashamed of it.
Lauren, listen, I don't mean to interrupt you. I have a therapist, and my therapist told me to get off social media.
No, you need to go into, you need to go.
So her therapist told her to go get off social media.
Go into a facility, Michelle.
Are you aware with insurance? Lauren, do you know how insurance works?
I don't care.
Like, how old are you? I don't mean to disrespect you. But do you know how insurance works, darling?
Do you not have insurance?
I I have phenomenal insurance. Do you
Great,
know how it
then go
works?
check yourself in because you really need it. And if you should care more about your mental health than you care about
Lauren,
money. You should sell
insurance
your
covers
house
5
to put your
days.
brain first because your brain is collapsing. Normal people do not act the way you are acting, Michelle. It is totally uncalled for. I forgive you.
Lauren, you don't know anything about what has been going on since July.
Michelle, I am begging you as your friend.
Devious,
Michelle,
please meet her.
All right.
Devious, meet her. I met this girl 3 weeks ago.
So yeah, so we've seen this with Lima Girl.
has a good point of view, though.
No, but no, she has no idea what I've been going through since July. I need a break from
Well, I
social
tried to
media.
tell her earlier. I tried to explain, everything.
You need
It's
to
a lot.
You need to. I don't want her up here right now. I need to talk to you, Devious.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
Okay, so this is a few minutes later.
I'm taking a break from YouTube.
Michelle, do you have an addiction to...
Lauren, can you fucking mute your motherfucking self, you 29-year-old kid?
Okay,
I'm 20 years older than you. Shut the fuck up.
Quick question. Do you have
Shut the fuck up. I'm old enough to be your mother.
Do you have an addiction to being online? Because there are therapies.
Lauren, shut the fuck up. I'm old enough to be your mother.
There are
She's
centers.
asking you a valid
I'm
question.
devious. I'm dropping.
You can drop, but she's asking you a valid question. Because
There are
No, I do not. No, I do not. My addiction is Investigation Discovery and Fox News.
I'm addicted to, I like Discovery.
I'm addicted to social media, so if you are, Michelle, don't be embarrassed about it.
I am addicted to ID and Fox News. I got wrapped up in the bond piece.
There are centers you could go to if you have any phone or screen addiction, and a lot of insurance companies cover it. That's all I was going to say.
She dropped.
So yeah, so she actually dropped from that point. So that was interesting. So I need to find the bit where she was talking about the ex-husband because that was pretty vicious and vile. So anyway, I'll just put that up there. So yes, it was pretty wild. I think somebody is correct that she actually I'm just going to pull up the video, and I'm going to use the search function, and I'm going to see if I can find the part where she was talking about her ex, because it was pretty vile. She definitely needs help, and I think we know that YouTube does not help. All right, so I've got here, I'm going to search up is the transcript here. Yes, show transcript. Cool. Alright, we want to look at the transcript. I want to look up the transcript and I want to find the timestamp for a certain word. And then once I've got the word, we'll pull it up on the video. Alright, so we want to search this. Toggle timestamps, so I don't want to do that. Yes, BPD, correct. Physics Down Under. That's what she's got allegedly. To see her son. Yeah, I'm just seeing ETN. Yeah, they're talking about the scammed guitar. She scammed for a guitar. I'm just trying to find the spot. I apologize. I was looking for it. Timestamps. Michelle does not live 2 miles from a very large destination. Somebody says. All timestamps found. Melanie. Michelle says people lie. Okay, so here she is on here now. She's full of vermin. Yeah, of course. All right. Let's have a look. So this is part of the live here. So let's have a look at this. This is from
Blew
Devious.
up phones of animal control saying I punched and kicked Lola and Jake. Really? Really?
Dogs that come to you when they call. I think you're
Jake was like the co-host of my channel in the very beginning.
Jake was the co-host of her channel. So she says here, fake stroke not likely.
I mean, people are saying I'm lying. Do you see how stupid this is?
that's why you gotta ignore it. Just keep, right? Is van life still with you, Michelle?
What do you mean?
Is you and van life still fine? You're good?
Look, Michelle, you're a lying bitch. Tasmanian devil, you are a loser piece of trash that has been attacking me forever.
Don't pay them no mind. You don't have to act like
She
you're not
is
here.
a loser piece of trash that has been attacked.
Like someone says, we deserve an apology because you made people worry. So someone called Tasmanian Devil she doesn't like. There is. Oh yeah, then she talks about her driver speeding. Yeah, so let's keep going with this.
I want to see a picture of you. Because you have been attacking me forever. And you are a jealous little bitch.
Who is that? Do you know who it is or no? You have no idea.
She was a mod for me. Remember that guy Dave? That bald-headed guy Dave? From
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. So she had like the hots for him. And she was like throwing down hard. Like a hard little desperate girl.
Wow! So yeah, this is so...
In my chat, right? Legit. Throwing down like a hard little desperate girl over Dave. And she was jealous because...
Her.
Huh?
Is this the girl you were on Ski's panel? You're like, I'm gonna fuck Ski.
Yes. Yes. Her. She's a jealous little trolling little desperate woman.
Bernice says nothing to be jealous of you about, Michelle. Oh, that's true.
And now she's telling me I'm lying because I'm saying I was doing 87 and a 70 on the interstate. I'm sorry. I don't know how to get. I'm sorry. I don't know how to get from my house, from Highway 27 to Highway 116. I don't pass Jeff Foxworthy's house every fucking day when I go to the goddamn interstate. And I don't know, I was doing 87 and a 70. You're right. I'm a goddamn liar, Taz. You idiot.
Who's this Jeff Foxworthy? Who's he?
Just stupid you sound.
Lying about a ticket. I don't think you would. Michelle, I got speeding ticket. I put my tickets out there because I said, you know what? These motherfuckers can come for me too.
No. right? And I didn't have my driver's license on me, so I got a ticket for being unlicensed.
It's interesting. In Australia, you don't need to have your license with you, but you may have to produce it within a certain amount of time. So, oh, he's a comedian? Okay. Thank you, Physics Down Under. I'm glad somebody knows for me. Can help me.
Because I didn't have my driver's license on me.
Okay, everybody wants to know about the stroke. Where did
Well,
this idea come from?
I'm just gonna finish about all this other bullshit first and tell you about the stroke rate. To tell you about the fucking stroke.
People are like, stroke.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what led up to the shit.
Go ahead, go.
I didn't have my fucking driver's license on me. I got a ticket for being unlicensed. I got a ticket for doing 87 in a 70, and I don't even think I was doing that fast. I went to court. I missed a court date because I had to be in a video conference with Etienne, with a judge.
Yes, so you have 7 days to produce your license at a police station in Australia. So you don't need to have it on you, but you do have to produce it. So, and then you could have charge, yeah.
I got a continuance. People are like, she's going to jail. She's going to prison. Toastgate even said, I'm going to try to find out if we can cam up and get a court cam to see if she goes to jail, you psycho fuckers. It was traffic court. They dropped the unlicensed driver. It wasn't a suspended driver's license. I didn't have my license on me.
So
it was
you brought
unlicensed.
You brought your license in, right? And
Yes.
dropped it.
Yes. It was never suspended. And they dropped my $87 ticket to an $84 ticket. It was going to be a super speeder, right? And they were going to give me another $100-something ticket. And they were going to hit me with a $150 contempt charge because I missed my court date, but I brought my proof that I was on a Zoom call with Etienne and our attorneys.
So there you go.
It was going to be like a $650-something ticket. Guess what? I got lucky. They dropped the contempt charge. They dropped the unlicensed. They dropped the $87 ticket to $84. It was a $100 ticket and a $50 court cost. I'm lying. I'm scamming people. No, I got lucky.
That is, you did.
But didn't she say on a live that all her subs paid for it?
You know what? I got
But
lucky.
everybody says I lie and I scam. I didn't ask people for a fucking cent for that ticket. Every time I say I have a bill, and I get a cash app, people say I e-beg. It's bullshit. I am the only creator that they want receipts for every cent I get. I got money for pots and pans. Guess what I did? I bought pots and pans. I opened my Jeep and I showed the pots and pans I bought, right? Do you know a fucking clip channel looked up the pots and pans? Put the prices in the corner of the pots and pans and said I scammed money off fucking people because I used 20% coupons at Bed Bath & Beyond and somebody sent me a $75 gift card, but I scammed my subs? What the fuck?
I have never asked for pennies, and never would. I hate even mentioning it, Alberta and stuff. I hate even mentioning, that there are ways that you can help the channel.
Well, you bought the pots and pans.
No shit. So I was supposed to return the money to my subs that I made profit off of? I am so sick of the shit. Animal control and the sheriff's department got called for 3 fucking straight days saying I punched Jake because I had a 143-pound dog over my lap, and they took my feet and they pushed Jake off the sofa because he was flipping part of the sectional that was not clipped in and hooked. The beer thing was in poor taste. The day I got back from court, I was so fucking pissed.
Now she's saying, yes, it was in poor taste. She's going to maintain again that it was orange juice.
About the beer thing? Yeah.
I mean,
3 minutes.
apple juice. Apple juice, sorry.
I'm sorry. 3 minutes and go clip it. 3 minutes from my house, I took 3 sips out of a beer.
Oh, well, now she's saying it wasn't apple juice. Hang on. I'm confused. She's been maintaining that it was apple juice. Now she's saying it's beer. As I said, in Australia, if you are driving with an opened bottle of beer, you're going to be done.
Has anybody ever drank a beer at their house and gone to get a pack of cigarettes? Like a beer or 2 beers? And left their house and got a pack of cigarettes 3 minutes from their house?
No, I never have, because I don't drink alcohol. So, no, I never have.
I took 3 sips out of a beer because I was so pissed off that fucking psycho people tracked me down to the paint colors of the sushi restaurant I was eating at the day before. How psycho in real life can you fucking people be?
That is kind of, I'm sorry, that is crazy. I thought
How psycho can you fucking crazy ass real life people be? I had
said you gotta bring boys down because you're giving them a stroke.
Yes, that's right. We've gone from a few sips to a beer to 2 beers. That's correct. Yeah.
What?
That's what they said. You gotta bring your voice down because you're giving them a stroke.
I'm gonna wind up having another one because I didn't fake the fucking
calm
first.
down. You don't have to get mad about these things. Don't get mad about them. They're just people on.
Do you understand that I can't?
And it's interesting. I mean, what I do like about Davis is that she is actually keeping her voice calm and is doing it very slowly. Well, technically, yeah. That's right. From apple juice to a few sips of beer. I mean, maybe there was a distillery in the back of the car or something. You know, she just put the apple juice in and it converted into beer. I don't know.
Go shopping and stream without people like Amber calling Bed Bath & Beyond and telling them I'm streaming little kids in the store and have a manager come up to me and tell me to turn off my live stream. Do you understand? I can't stream eating in a restaurant without crazy fucking psycho people Googling or Yelping every fucking sushi restaurant in Columbus and matching paint colors. Do you know how I am a normal fucking person? Before July 18th, I fucking no.
It was interesting though. Remember that she said that she was a YouTuber. There was a scene that when she filmed the police coming to the house, and she said, "I'm a YouTuber," so she was prepared to use it. She thought it was the other bottle that she'd put iced tea into because well, that's true. Maybe it was.
Nobody knew me except my friends.
Michelle,
can I ask you a question?
Hold on, I want to ask you one question. Michelle, look at my chat and look at the numbers. Do you see them numbers? 758 people.
No shit.
It was never.
I draw a large crowd.
You do.
No shit.
Give it to you. You can come up anytime you want to draw a big crowd, okay?
I'm starting a new channel in a couple months, and I'm going to tell you.
Don't tell nobody, please.
No, I'll tell you what it's going to be.
How about Michelle Gets Lit?
Oh, she's going to start a new channel.
Michelle Goes Legal.
I like Michelle Gets Lit. Could you go get lit? You gonna be dancing?
Michelle Goes Legal.
Michelle Goes Legal? Oh no, is she going to now get a law degree? Michelle goes legal, hey? Michelle goes loco. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Somebody fucked up really bad. Somebody fucked up really bad a couple nights ago. And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, don't say no more. You gotta move in silence.
I'm not saying a word. All I'm saying is I have spoke to Etienne, and I am signing over. We've got about 200,000 equity in the house, right? I am signing over 50,000 of my equity within the next 2 weeks. It's going to be filed in the courthouse, and if you think I'm lying, y'all troll everything, watch it. I'm signing $50,000 of my equity over in this house right now, and Michelle's going legal.
So if she's signing over $50,000 of her equity, that means he owns more of the house. Is that correct? That means in order to buy her out, she actually owes more money. Am I correct in that? Is that how you're understanding that works? So let's just say he owns, if it's 50-50, he now will own no, she can't be selling 50%. So if she's selling 50, yeah, so yes, that's right. So she actually now will actually owe him 50,000 more in the house. There's no way she's going to be able to keep the house.
All this bullshit about y'all saying, I'm selling. No, I am.
Hey, don't put me in that category. I don't sue shit. I got time for that shit.
Well, you know what? Somebody fucked up bad. That's all I'm gonna say.
Michelle, that's what gave you up the last time I heard you lighting your cigarette.
Well, fuck it. I don't care. You never heard my dogs. That was a lie. They were sleeping.
Devious, my love, how are you?
Now you're Jake.
Good.
So, here's the deal.
Michelle, can I ask you a question, my dear?
Who is it?
Okay.
Well, that's also a good point, Bo. That sounds like it could be. I'm just trying to see the part about Etienne. That's what she's talking about. Yes, you did, Michelle. Hello, Denise Arthur. So that's about the stroke. Oh, right. So this is about Etienne here. Oh, here we go. Because that's there. So that. About the last name there. Cyber girl. Oh yeah. So here we go. He's going about. He's now starting to talk about the house, I think.
The night that I sent her that text message, I called her. Wait, you can't sign anything over. Okay, so let me explain something to you.
No, don't worry about that.
No, I'm going to explain something to you. I'm going to ask you a simple question. Do you rent or do you own a home?
I own.
Okay, so you do understand that you can get equity out of your home, like through a second mortgage, correct?
Yeah, I understand all that.
Okay, so my name is on the title as well as Etienne's name, okay? Now the mortgage is in his name, so he is responsible for paying the mortgage, okay? But my name is on the title, so I own half of this house. So the only thing that would happen if he stopped paying the mortgage is he's in trouble. However, this is a VA loan. Now, I want to say something else about ATN, about the false valor that Lauren said about him. And don't bring her up because I'm kind of pissed off about that. Even though I'm mad about ATN, I will give him credit where credit's due, even though he's a dick. ATN served 21 years in the military. He doesn't have to tell you his rank, little girl, because I am 20 years older than you and I'm old enough to be your mother. ATN retired 21 years in the service.
Okay, so now she can't. Well, that's what I'm trying to work at. Like, no, it's still not making any sense.
Do you want to know his rank? He retired as a Major 05. What he did before he went in the military, little girl, is he went to college and he got his master's degree in foreign relations, right? So when he went into the Army, he was already a commissioned officer. My ex-husband was in 4 active and 1 inactive tour. 4 active tours in Iraq. Boots on the ground. 82nd Airborne, 101 Airborne. Correct? His last tour was in Saudi, guarding some Arab prince that had many girls,
Oh, is that an 05
ladies
as a
in
lieutenant
waiting
colonel?
that he, like...
Interesting. It's interesting physics
I've
going on.
heard so many stories about him escorting girls up in elevators and making sure the prince was safe. Yeah, I heard so many Army stories about that. But don't you ever, ever, ever disrespect ATN. And when he called you a washout or a washcloth, yeah, little girl, young enough to be my daughter.
She is very rude, isn't she? Yeah. 04 is also 04 is a major, 05's a lieutenant. Okay, interesting, isn't it? So yeah, again, what do you believe?
You did 1 year in an academy, and I'm sorry, but the only thing I will agree with the thing that Etienne said is I guess the Air Force hands out disability like blowjobs.
What?
Because he fought for this country. He fought very hard for this country, 21 years. And you want to talk about rank? My ex-husband was up for lieutenant colonel. Since you say I don't know anything about rank, right? And he was legitimately leaving his house, going to the New Orleans International Airport for a dive trip.
Like I said, doesn't exist. So she's essentially giving out all of his personal and private information.
And he got a call from his commanding officer wanting to know where his next rank was, because he was up for lieutenant colonel. But Obama decided it was more important to give out free Obama phones, right, instead of putting money into our military. So Etienne's last day of service was 1 February 2016. He wanted to pull 30 years in the military, little 1 year. I heard.
And then says nobody cares. Nobody is caring about
my
that.
Back, and I'm going to get 70% disability. So don't you ever.
Interesting.
Ever disrespect a person that has jumped out of a helicopter in the middle of the night at 19 years old and didn't know anything except in the middle of the night, for the first time in his life, in a helicopter, right in Iraq, and didn't know shit because he was a kid with a gun and a parachute to fight for the freedom that you have for your flippant little rolling your eyes ass, acting like you're better than Devious, acting like you're better than Nux, and acting like you're better than everyone. So that's one thing I have to say to you, Lauren. Now,
Okay. I think I've frozen up. I think I froze. I think I froze up. 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 Oops. Oops. I froze up, I think. I'm sorry about that.
stroke.
Stroke gate, stroke gate, stroke gate.
I've had a fucking enough of all the things of people attacking ATN, of people calling him 10, 15 times a day, of Flava, like, tricking him when he was drunk, and a drunk texting her, and thinking it was in confidence, and her posting all those texts the next day, and embarrassing him and everything else. I decided, yeah, he fought for my freedom too. He did. But he also fought for a little bitch that came on and said he had false valor.
Yeah, she was. Oh, she was. She was deflecting most of that. That's correct.
Do you understand? He did. He fought for all of our freedom. But also for a flippant little bitch that lied and said, I piss someone off and they won't give me my results for the bar for 6 months. No, bitch, you fucking failed. Be honest. 6 months for your results because you made somebody mad? Yeah, please. Please, bitch.
I'll come back to stroke gate. Fuck that shit.
I'm sorry.
Stroke gate.
But I just said he fought, yes, he fought for all of us. He fought for all our freedoms, all our doxing, all our being mean, all our internet freedom. He fought for all that. Because in North Korea, you can't even have internet. Now.
So there you go.
I got sick of this, and I want to go back to work. Do you understand? Because legit, I work catastrophe storms. I work 5 months out of the year, and I'm bringing about $72,000 a year. And guess what Michelle can't do this fucking year? Buy the house from Etienne.
She admitted it. She can't buy the house. She just admitted it. Hang on. Yes, she said, guess what Michelle can't do. Remember, she admitted that it was not going to be. She was...
Chat.
Michelle,
we missed all of that. I've lost it all. Sorry. It's just, this computer's got a mind at all.
Tragic, I'm sorry, baby girl. It's I see what you can. I apologize, Tragic. I really do.
How much money did you get for your fake stroke?
Nothing.
Come on, Michelle.
Why would I ask for money? I'm breaking away from YouTube.
You weren't. Listen, we all heard your rant when you got broken away from YouTube.
Look, show me love. See? I see what you can't. She's getting desperate.
But I gotta tell you something, Michelle. For real, I want you
she
to
tagged
do
me
this.
for no reason.
I see what you get.
So, yeah. So, she's now... Yeah. Sorry. This is all over the place. I'm sorry. So she said that she can't buy the house. Hang on. Let's have a look. She has destroyed the inside of the house. It's disgusting.
Hey, Mom, how are you?
I'm alright. What
Do
you
you
doing?
know Dr. Velati is?
I don't know.
He's the best neurosurgeon in Columbus. So if anything ever happens to you, that's who you want to go see.
Okay.
Write it down. He's the best. Y'all can all troll him. It's HIPAA, right? So it doesn't matter. But Dr. Velati is at St. Francis, and Velati wanted to airlift me from St. Francis to, I want to say Snellville. What is the name of the hospital in Snellville?
I don't know what it is. It's probably Wellstar.
No, it's not Wellstar. It's something else. But anyway, so when I had my first stroke, that's where Velati wanted to transport me. And actually, I'm sure y'all keep saying, you tried to get ATN back because of that. Oh, hell no. We're going through a divorce.
Michelle, did you lie to all these people about having a stroke?
I said I did.
Why would you do that?
Because my therapist told me to kill myself off the internet. Like, I was making, like, calls, and that was it. I was taking panel 3 times, and that was it. I am changing my last name. No one will ever figure out who I am. Now, as for coming back on YouTube, and you're talking about I can't change my social, guess what? I've never been monetized. I've never applied for AdSense. So technically, I can get monetized.
You can't come back on this platform without somebody going to turn you in, honey.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I heard that. Yes, she's in Georgia. That's all I know.
You understand? I mean, you treated people so bad, man.
No, they treated me bad. I've been nice to everyone. I've always fought back, Mom. If you look at the videos, I've always fought back. I've never gone after anyone. I've never, ever just gone after anyone. And if you want to be real about this, I've never directly gone after anyone. I've always fought back. And if you
absolutely have gone after people.
After they've gone after me.
I never went after.
If you want to be honest.
I am being honest. I didn't lie about a stroke.
I didn't lie about a stroke. Oh.
Honey, you know what I'm saying?
That is okay. Okay, that is okay.
Why is it okay?
Tragic, go fuck yourself, because you would not even have a channel without me.
Tragic is pretty awesome. You gotta admit, she's pretty fun
without you, honestly.
Tragic, you would not have a channel without me. Tragic, you would be nothing without me. Do you understand that? Tragic, you would be nothing without me. Do you understand that, Tragic? Tragic, you would be nothing.
You'd be nothing, nothing, nothing without Michelle. That's what she's saying.
Without me. Nothing.
Oh my God.
You gotta admit, Tragic is fucking plays a good Michelle. I'm sorry.
But she'd be nothing without. But Tragic would be nothing.
But either would a lot of
without
people.
Me.
I clipped your ass.
Right. Medius. But Tragic, listen, girl. You would be nothing without me. Do you understand that? And I'm going to tell you that. Tragic, you would be nothing. Nothing. You would be a nobody without me.
What is your end game to all of it? Are you just going to leave YouTube?
You know what? Tragic's one of the coolest bitches on this block.
But she'd be nothing without me.
You're just disrespecting the fuck out of her for no reason.
How much is
literally,
expecting her? All
wait
she
a
is
minute.
a clip channel off of
Literally sat up here and just bald-faced lied to an entire community that tried to help you, man.
How'd you help me? Mom, you'd be nothing. You have no content either.
Have you lost your fucking mind? I had
You know how much money you made up for me?
I even met you, bruh. What are you talking about? I had 7,900 subs before I even met you.
And how many do you have
Have
now?
you lost your fucking mind?
She does. She's a KJ 2.0.
Bomb.
No, man.
You are struggling for your channel right now, Bomb.
You got
No.
problems, man.
Have you not seen Bomb's chat? Like, seriously.
Yeah, all my people are going to war time because they hate everyone else,
And I haven't
Bomb.
mentioned to you in months.
Months?
To be honest with you.
Oh, how much money? Months?
I don't talk about you.
Let's not
Yeah,
bet.
months. My channel's only been up since September
No, you're full of
17th.
shit, Michelle.
Months?
You're up here trying to deflect about the
Bomb.
that everybody tried to
Bomb. Bomb.
You ain't
Bomb.
fucking
Bomb.
content. You're a
5.
This is like listening to this is like listening to a trailer park fight between fossils and Jurassic. It is actually.
$100 bet, Bomb. $500 bet.
But you're not going to pay up, Michelle.
You don't pay up, you owe me money, bitch.
You owe money out here.
Bomb. Bomb. 500. You said months. $500 bet that you didn't stream me in the last 3 weeks.
The only time that I addressed you was on New Year's Eve when you lied like a fucking rug about me once again.
Want to bet?
Oh God,
No, that was it. That was the last time.
Thank you, Denise. You love the accent. Oh dear.
Want to bet?
I was there.
Yeah,
I was on panel that night. We were laughing. We thought you fell into the tub. That was New Year's.
Bomb, want to bet?
Michelle, you don't have a pot of piss in and a window to throw it out of.
Want to bet, Bomb?
According to fucking you, unless you're getting it from Cybergirl. And you're using her like a rug.
Cybergirl doesn't give me shit.
That's not what you told Ski Mask Andy.
Bullshit.
He said
Oh dear.
Flip that.
I heard it. I heard
Flip
it. It's clipped. I see what you can't. Has to clip. It's clipped.
It's clipped. It's out there.
Wait,
Just
I'm
take
broke.
it out.
I'm broke. Bomb, you want me to send you a screenshot of both of my bank accounts if I'm so fucking broke?
Look, if please say you're not broke. Send me $100 cash app.
I'll send it. I just sent you $5. Bitch, you told me send you $5 and I sent you $5, bitch.
I mean, you're sitting there saying, listen, let me tell you what we see Tragic doing. You know what we saw her doing? We saw her feeding people. The shit that you said that you were going to do that you never did.
What?
She feeds the homeless. She helps kids with Easter baskets. Like, Tragic does a lot of beautiful things.
Tragic would be nothing without me. She wouldn't have a channel.
She would, though.
No, she wouldn't.
You know what's the greatest thing about that?
Maybe
though,
a lot
is
of
that
every
you're
video
wrong.
she has
You are
is about
wrong,
me.
And she's got 200, 300.
And she's even hashtagging me in videos that are not about me.
I can go right now.
She doesn't got you anymore.
She don't. She hasn't.
She goes,
I do more than you ever think. You never made me. You're a clown. Oh, really? Oh, wow. She might hit up Ski Mask Andy. Wow. Yeah, a bit like KJ. I mean, KJ gets clipped a lot as well.
The last 2 videos about Molly are hashtagged Michelle. Go look at her channel.
that doesn't mean a damn thing.
She's still hashtagging me and it's not even clips on me.
Dude, just because
Tragic and
not on
desperate.
this platform anymore. So it doesn't matter whether she's hashtagging you or not.
Tragic and desperate.
No, she's not.
Well, apparently you are too if you're going to sit there and lie about a fucking Stroke.
I'm changing my name, and I'll be back to 6 figures a year.
This is hey, it's Sunday. How's everybody? Funky Friday. Something stinks on these YouTube streets. Sorry, Tink. Guess again. None of this is Michelle. Look, it's all tragic.
It's not all tragic. I just said Tragic would not have a channel without me. Every single video is me.
Look, there's
She has no more videos on me, and she's still hashtagging it Michelle. So is Ski Mask Andy.
Look.
Why do we need to ask Ski Mask Andy, the biggest bitch on the platform?
I said, so is Ski Mask Andy. He's hashtagging MGL to get audience people.
I didn't go away. You just don't need to talk about her like that.
Look how great she is, Michelle. Look at this.
Somebody threw a strike.
Like, come on.
Yeah, they're all out to get me.
A minute.
I don't know why.
Got it.
I have no idea.
Stop with all the lies. Go to Tragic's channel right now. Look at her last 2 videos. They're hashtag Michelle, and that's nothing to do with me.
I'm at her channel. Look, I swear. Look at your screen. I'm at her channel. This is the only thing I've seen that has you. And she played the shit like she's good. Look. Christmas. She's feeding people. This was Christmas.
I don't care about Christmas. I'm talking about her last 2 videos she just posted.
Look.
They're hashtag Michelle.
Where's your name?
There's no Michelle. Look. Hey, everyone. It's Sunday. How is everybody? Next one. Funky Friday. Something stinks on these YouTube streets. No Michelle tag in it. Next one. Sorry, Tink. Guess again. Wasn't me. Your name's not hashtag.
Okay, scroll down. I don't follow her channel. It must be a couple days ago.
No, these are 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. These are old. Like, there's...
The bottom line is...
I'm sorry.
It would be nothing without Molly.
Tragic. I owe you an apology. It's I see what you can't. Tragic, I'm sorry, baby girl. It's I see what you can't. I apologize, Tragic. I really do.
How much money did you get for your fake stroke?
Nothing.
Come on, Michelle.
You didn't make no money.
Why would I ask for money? I'm breaking away from you two.
Okay, here we go.
You weren't... Listen, we all heard your rant.
Let's have a look.
Something going somewhere.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to figure out.
He likes me. He's wrapped around my finger, and I don't care what anybody says. Anybody says on this panel. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Hey, I'll give it to you.
I haven't said anything.
I don't care.
I simply
He's
said that you gave him a 14-day ban, and he's still allowing you on his panel. Then there's something going.
He's wrapped around my fucking finger.
Y'all are wrapped around each other's fingers.
No.
So we're talking about Ski Mask here.
Unfortunately, as toxic and shitty as my marriage was, I don't want another man. I am happy solo. Legit, I like me. I need a break from YouTube. I need to go through some training courses through another company so I can go back to work. So I can, enjoy the life I had before I got sucked into this YouTube shit and be Michelle again. And, yeah, I don't know how to type into the chat, but I need a bath, do I? Really? Well, I just got out of my hot tub about, 25, right before I called, actually. I got out of the hot tub. So
I want to pee in your hot tub so bad. I'm just saying, I love peeing in pools, but your hot tub, probably great to pee in. Here's another question.
Well, you know what? I keep a lot of chemical in it, so you could piss in my hot tub.
There we go.
Pee away.
Did ATN talk to Big and Sexy? That's what everybody wants to know.
No, he did not. And, and when you said I doxed the wrong person, I will send you proof that I did not.
I don't want no doxing.
No, but I did not dox the wrong girl. Have you noticed that she hasn't been around?
Why did you dox her?
Why do you think? Because she told me if I went back to my hometown, she's gonna beat my ass. Yeah, okay. I had to find out who she was, and guess what? She lives in Kenner. Well, guess what? Fat City Metairie is store, and she opened a big ass can of worms when I found out who she is. She wants to act like a big bully. She wants to act like a big bully and say she's gonna beat my ass and she's gonna wrap me around a pole and shit. Yeah, well, guess what? I found out who she was. Yeah, she isn't shit.
I don't think she said she was shit.
Oh,
Yeah, I never seen her bullying.
She's threatened to beat my ass so many times.
So anyway, yeah. So then we're going to go here about. She's going to talk about her house again.
Are crazy, right? And
no shit. And my address has been doxxed. Science Girl has done a Google overview of my friggin' home. Amber has taken pictures of my security gates in front of my house.
What?
I'm single. I'm by myself in a 3-story, well, 4 counting my attic, all by myself on 15 acres. What's dangerous about that?
Do you really think somebody would pull up to your house?
What about that crazy Mike guy that's on Bombshell's panel that said he was going to come to my house? Ask Bomb about him. He said he was coming to my house.
I know about him, but I don't think nobody would actually.
No, he said he was coming to my house on Bomb panel. And I'm single. She's married.
I don't remember him saying that on my panel.
Bomb, you don't remember him saying, well, what if I come to your house? And I'm like, what is your... He's like, well, I'm going to come to your house and talk to you.
I had Flava up there, Davius, who was up there?
I think we all are, or that day when...
I know Chicken Case was up there, Flava. I don't remember. I don't know what he said. I know that y'all got into it.
He did, because you dropped him and you even stuck up for me that night.
Okay, I know I dropped him.
And you stuck up for me that night. That's one of the only nights you've ever stuck up for me.
Yeah, I remember that now.
But we're 2 hours into this stream and we haven't actually got to Katie Joy tonight. I think we're gonna have to come back. I think I'm gonna have to come back and do Katie Joy, do another whole one because she goes after the Catholic Church and all sorts. But this is Michelle, not being on social media. All right. No, she still hasn't. No, she still hasn't. Other than to say it's.
Taz, you're a cunt. Taz, how long has it been since your cunt has been hit?
Hello.
Angry vagina.
Vagina's angry.
Look at that. Taz, I'm gonna send you a vibrator.
Alright, stop with Taz. Go ahead,
Taz, I'm gonna send you a story.
You there, Best Truth?
Yeah, I'm here. I didn't want to, am I echoing or anything of the sort?
You need to turn your YouTube off.
Am I echoing again?
Right, so let's try. Just as I said, I was looking for the bit where she was talking about ETN. All right.
Did Ski know about this whole lie thing that you put on?
No. Wait, Michelle has escort prices. You damn right, I'm 500.
Answer the
damn
question.
right, I'm 500 an hour, guys. It's gonna take me 15 minutes to walk up there. Let's do the math.
So I missed that whole part of your thing. Did you admit to the escorting thing?
Fucking right, I did.
And you used your daughter's name?
Yep.
Classy. So anyways, did Ski
hear this. Wait. Say it again.
Before you got your channels taken, you said you had an idea for a new thing for a channel.
So she admitted to escorting and using her daughter's name. So she admitted that.
You needed to discuss it with Ski.
I don't remember that, but it had nothing to do with anything sexual or anything.
I didn't say anything about it being sexual, Michelle. I was talking about this whole ordeal you just put on.
About the stroke?
Yeah, about the stroke and you being on panels crying, saying that you can't see, and was that part of
the new channel? Yeah, the new channel is Michelle Goes Legal.
She admitted it already.
Yeah, the new channel is Michelle Goes Legal.
I know. I was asking if Ski knew about that, all of that.
No, nobody knows about what I'm doing.
Well, we all do
Except
now.
for ATN. No, you don't know what I'm doing.
You going to law school?
Nope. The lies this whack job makes. No. I'm going back to work, but I'm taking $50,000 of the equity of my part of the equity out of this house, and
So
nobody knows what I'm doing.
So she says her part of the equity. So she's taking out her part of the equity. Her part of the equity. Okay, it should be Michelle Goes Loco. Alright, what is it? Has she tried? No, she hasn't. I can't. No, I mean, look, I've had a couple of conversations with her. But she got, as I said, I was watching a chat the other day and she was really going after ETN. And it was really quite bad. I think this might be it. No. Oh yeah. Oh no, that's so she'd gone by that time. Right, so she jumped off. Alright. Well, of course, I'd be interested. I mean, I'd like to speak. Yeah, so she said she can't buy the house. No, so she hasn't attacked me. The good thing is, though, Denise, I think I'm in a different country and it's a lot harder for them. It's a lot harder for them to, for people to actually have to be able to, what was it? I'm sure it was the one yesterday. Yes, she's admitted to an hourly rate. Hello, Better with the Irish. How are you? So, was it snake in the grass? Oh. Snake in the grass. So I won't be on for much longer. As I said, I didn't even get to we didn't get to Katie Joy. We spent 2 hours on this. This was just crazy. Oh, I'm not going near him. I'm not going near him. I said, even though I said I'd like to talk to him, it doesn't mean I'm going to seek him out. Oh no, I don't seek people out. If I was going to, he'd have to be watching me and come to me. But if he was like, if he was to approach me, I'd be happy to talk. So anyway, so that's the craziness that is Michelle. So let's look at. So we're 2 hours in. I just need to write this into my book. So we're going to hit 20939. Okay. So let's get on to Katie Joy. So one of the things that I'm having a real problem with is she's really gone. She's gone on this pity party again. So this is one of her posts. Again, Llama Girl has done the great stuff. In some families, the person who stops participant. So she's on this pity party, scapegoat party of one. So this is Audrey Plass, a brilliant actress. Watching her look like an utter fool on Saturday Night Live is disappointing. They did a skit making fun of Miss Universe pageant, which was beyond misogynistic. And again, it's pointed out that it was dirty deleted. Dirty deleted. She just says, I swear that she thinks that it is I think she uses in her social media for as a counseling tool. To be honest. So let me have a look. Oh, that's rude. This is a meme that says, I bet this man can't even pull out of his own driveway. It's the Duggars. And then to that, this guy's written, buy a television. Oh, dear me. So Stephanie Harlow did a great piece. Look, I'm not saying that there's nothing. There's some crazy stuff that's going on. There's a tennis player, a retired Australian tennis player called Elena Dokic, and she never ever reached her full potential of tennis because her father abused her. If she didn't win a match, her father would make her sleep on the floor. She wasn't allowed to sleep on the floor of her hotel room. She went through this for so many years, and it affected her tennis. And eventually her father got arrested. She told, but it wasn't at all. She's had all this trauma. And, yeah, it's really sad. So, of course, she's gone on to about beatings again. Once I became a parent, I realised how messed up my childhood was, and life kind of imploded. Same, going no contact helps. So she went no contact with her parents, apparently. And then she says, I can't forgive either of my parents. Yeah, he left her in the open. Yeah, he did some really cruel and horrible stuff. And she was quite open there. And then when she stopped playing, they discovered she put on all this weight, and they discovered that she had a thyroid problem. And she got it all off and got down her weight again, and then her marriage broke up. And she's talking about the fact that life sometimes gets in the way. She's very open about her weight gain, but you know, there's trials. So this is one of her posts. Someone told me that Catholics are the worst. I actually disagree. Some of the best people I know are Catholics. I agree with the Catholics anymore, no. But this came from some active in the Knights of Columbus. He said I could tell everyone that he learned about purgatory, indulgences, etc. He said his church didn't care if people attended every week. I don't have a ton of negative memories about the church I grew up in. I have a ton of fun memories from my confirmation classes and the adventures we did together. Growing up, the priest at my church wasn't a jerk. He was really kind, but there's some huge failures and policies that I could not overlook anymore, and broke up with the church in 2005. I've attended masses at funerals and weddings since. I'm always respectful in the church. As far as people complaining this platform is only about reality TV, this is false. This platform is built upon my work talking about religious abuse and trauma. Sharing my experience has always been part of that. I cover trending topics in reality TV show, most that are religion-based. I also cover non-religious content, but if you go to my channel, it is mainly about cults. I like Don. Also, for those shaming me for attending my grandparents' funeral, even though they were abusive, let me say this. It wasn't until my grandpa died, that I started therapy. It was then I was actually able to set boundaries in my family. This included my grandmother. I attended my grandmother's funeral to support my mum. I didn't shed a tear when she died. I don't miss her. And I'm grateful she's no longer her to abuse anyone else. Hang on. So she's supposed to say here, but anyway. Unless you've experienced trauma, bonding, and Catholic guilt, you might not understand why I made the choices that I made. If you knew what I know now about my grandfather, I wouldn't have attended his funeral. But that information wasn't revealed until years later. Thanks anyway, Don. Then she shared, as a Catholic, I was noticed high over a post you had about not commenting on the Catholic Church. Bull punky. I was taught about purgatory, was taught about indulgences, taught a lot of things. I'm sorry that the priest and your grandmother tried to put the death of your grandfather at your feet. Again, bull punky. You have my support to discuss anything you want to discuss with the Catholic Church. You want. I'm a Knight of Columbus, taught Sunday school for a decade, sang in choir, and was an altar boy. Experienced multiple funerals as an altar boy, and a few of my family, including a child. Guess all I'm saying is, just because they are priests doesn't mean they aren't. My name is Donald. You can tell them I said, back the hell up and apologise to you for not being. You can attend church or not, your choice. They don't care when my ex-wife didn't take our kids to church. I believe they may need to look at their own hearts to develop better relationships with Christ. Believe in God or not, know that I will support you anytime you need. Hope this finds you well, and I'm sincere in my feelings for your support, Don. But she was quite rude. So there's that one. See, this wasn't always used for stirring food. Like and share if you understand. That's also about her post, about her stuff. So she's really not very happy. So I found this rather rude. So someone says, I read your comments and it sounds like you have good reason to despise the Catholic Church. and all religions dominated by men. I'm not a churchgoer anymore, but I don't think all religious leaders are bad. Matter of fact, I admire Pope Francis. There are good people out there doing good and inspiring people do good and help people. Unfortunately, many evangelical flocks no longer follow Jesus and preach prosperity gospel. That's when I left the church. And this is what she says, and she says, since you aren't Catholic, you really can't say how you feel because, you don't know. The popes are ridiculous men that uphold unbridled power and lead cover-ups. Most Catholics do, so probably don't defend something you don't know. Catholics, now that's a serious cult. My opinion, of course. Katie, keep up the good work. Oh, it's a cult that I grew up in. Katie, not all of us were abused. To that person, she says, the church abused you. You are indoctrinated into their system of oppression. I hope one day you break free. I want to break free. She's not going to like the book that I got today. This says, how to build a business people adore. Cult status. How to build a business people adore. That's funny every time I say that. So yeah, so how can she turn around and so someone says I admire Pope Francis and she essentially goes whatever. What about if somebody says I admire Mother Teresa? Because Mother Teresa was Catholic. Okay, so she also said this. I shared my story about abuse I experienced as a member of the Catholic Church. Truthfully, I haven't even shared the full story of what occurred in my family and extended family. So many Catholics commented and said it was the men that failed, the people that failed, which to me is laughable. The church is the people, and they are responsible. I was never physically abused by a priest, but I know people that have been. I know people that have been physically assaulted in Catholic schools by nuns and priests. I've witnessed priests' leadership in Catholic churches blame victims, bully and harass families that don't comply with their rules. I've watched how the church was used as a weapon and shield for many people, including those in my extended family. The SA in Catholic Church was massive, and there is still likely abuse going on today because there are members that refuse to take it seriously and excuse the church for everything. The priest that led my confirmation was a child monster. Well, was a child monster. I'm saying monster. Someone in the class the year I was confirmed. Didn't you say in the previous post that she liked the priest of SA? He suddenly disappeared. See, it says accused him of SA. It doesn't mean that it happened. There's a difference between being accused of it and it happening. I know of a teacher that was accused of SA. Absolutely destroyed his life. It got all the way to court and it was determined that the person had lied. I have a relation whose daughter actually, it was a daughter from a previous relationship. The mother wanted her back and schemed with the daughter and accused her father. I know you're here for the other things. Hello, Cal. And accused her daughter, accused the father of SA. He spent 12 months in prison, and under oath, she admitted she had lied. Accusing somebody doesn't make it true. So she's saying he's been accused of it. That is a very good point, Bo. So problem priests were moved around constantly and given access to new networks for victims to harm. The abusive patriarchy within the church kept victims silent. Women are not allowed to hold leadership. We are taught to be obedient and subservient to men. Children are to obey their parents and elders, even if those same are Yeah. My best friend had it. Yes, that's right. It came out that, yes, so, as I said, my, a relative of mine spent 12 years, 12 months in a horrible prison. And not only that, was put on the register and wasn't allowed to see their kids. It took another 2 or 3 years before his name got off the registry, before he was able to be around children, before he was able to attend venues of children. Life was hell. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but just because you're accused doesn't mean it's true. I'm doing all right. I'm waiting for my clearance, Cal. I'm just waiting for my clearance. Although I've had a bit of stomach pain and cramping, but I don't know whether it's because I'm trying to do too much. And I've got to tell you a story about what happened to me the other day. I'd submitted an assignment, and took them 9 days to come back to me and say that I'd submitted the wrong assignment, and they couldn't accept late assignments. So I sent off all my medicals anyway. They've decided to accept it. Anyway, it says it's offensive to hundreds of thousands of victims to say the problem was the people. No, the problem was the church. The fact the church has paid out billions in damages proved their culpability. The same way the church protected priests, they also protected patriarchal members. Anyway, the Catholic Church destroyed my family. Now, what's really interesting is that we are also getting cases at the moment. Now, she's talking about, yes, there are victims of religious organisations, but at the moment there are investigations into sporting clubs as well. Sporting clubs, and they're not religious. Football clubs and cricket clubs, and yeah. So what I'm saying is, it's fine. It's not just churches or religions that it's happening to. It's a wider systemic problem. And as I said at the start, whenever you've got vulnerable people, you are going to have people that take advantage of them, regardless of who they are. So somebody has put this is somebody's opinion on Katie Joy. Yes, I haven't followed her for long, maybe a few weeks, and only after Sister Wife show ended for the info she shared. But quickly realised something is wrong with her biased opinions and won't be following her much longer. She seems very troubled and bitter, and I'm not at all into following anyone's cults or doing their handiwork. That's right, Alberta and Stella. So, for her to say that this is just a religious problem is incorrect. It's everywhere. As I said, schools. It's like saying that all schools are bad because a teacher did the wrong thing. Yes, I know. The thing is, whatever you think about, I think, if anything, Cal, the issue with Powell was he wasn't technically guilty of the act. He was guilty of turning a blind eye, being complicit, and that's where it was. That's what he was, and this is what Brian Houston is actually facing court for. Not reporting it. He knew it was going on, and he chose to ignore it. That is what this is. This is what the issue is at the moment. And again, a lot of these are historical cases where people have known things have been going on. Correct, Alberta and Stella. Yes. And let's look at all the goods, whether or not you really like churches or not. Let's not forget the fact that quite a lot of the charitable organisations are actually faith-based, are actually based on religious groups. There are Sikhs that go out and you know, they've got feeding vans. There's Muslim charity organisations. There's Catholics. There's Anglicans. There's Christian. They do quite a bit of good. Yeah. Yeah. So that's really what a lot of the anger is for, I think. And you're right. That's right. And look, you can focus on the bad seeds, and you become very bitter and you become very bitter of it, like KJ, because there's there's something that's happened to have triggered it, and I know that mediation has to be reported soon. I think next week they actually have to report to the court the results of mediation, and I have a feeling mediation hasn't gone very far. And with her outburst over the Chrisleys, I can see 7M going and saying, look, this is what she's just written about the Chrisleys. She's not supposed to be talking about them. How can we go into mediation and ask her not to talk about this if she's talking about the Chrisleys? So it is my opinion that she did go live on it, but then she stopped the live because people were questioning her. She doesn't like answering questions, does she? So Alright, so based on that, it is, oh, what is it? It's nearly midnight, is it? Whoa, it's 11 o'clock. Oh, I've got to go to school in the morning. I've got orientation tomorrow. Yeah. I've got orientation tomorrow because next week, when school goes back, next week when school goes back, I'm starting, I've got now working at 2 schools. One is under my own business where I have to be responsible for everything and get all the money out of the parents, so essentially I can run it the way I want. The other one is that I do for the Salvation Army with underprivileged children. So it's quite good. But anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. Sorry we had all these computer problems and I've had all these issues, but that's all right. The computer's old and slow, like the owner. I hope that to get on again this week. Yeah, maybe, look, I see the doctor on Wednesday, so hopefully I can report back and say, hey, the doctor said that everything's good. But I have a feeling he may ground me for a little bit longer, which I'm not really happy about. But I have been struggling. As I said, I've had some cramping and some pain, but I think that's all still normal in the healing process. So I know that if I bend over, you know, if I go to pick something up and I bend over, around the waist area, I can have a little bit of pain. But that's all right. It's great to be able to ask people to do stuff, to say, sorry, I'm not allowed to do that. Or to say, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Not cleared by doctor. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. If you could hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I really, really, really appreciate you all. I'm going to put some timestamps up. So if you're on the replay crew, you can just pick the part that you want. And I will be back again, hopefully not too long, with another video. And I know Vidandra is going to ask me, but the plan with me is going to be up tomorrow. Okay, so bye for now. Thank you.